Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're tackling a really big question, one that comes from Anubhav Srivastava's book, Nothing Everything.
It's a fascinating one.
It really is.
Yeah.
The question that kind of stopped us in our tracks was this. Are the laws of the universe truly absolute?
And, if you're listening, your first thought is probably, well, yeah, of course they are.
Right. Gravity, the speed of light.
Exactly. We call them laws for a reason. We expect them to be, well, predictable, always the same, everywhere, fixed. They just work.
That intuitive yes is incredibly strong, isn't it? It feels almost obvious. So Srivastava starts to chip away at that. He asks, what if this certainty, this feeling that they must be absolute, is just, well, human bias?
Like we're projecting our limited experience onto everything.
Precisely. What if it's based on, observing just an incredibly tiny, tiny fraction of the whole universe, of all reality? Okay, let's try and unpack this a bit.
It's really interesting how Srivastava connects this very modern-sounding question back to someone from the 19th century.
Yeah, Charles Sanders Peirce. Not exactly a household name now.
No, but he had this, frankly, astonishing idea for his time. He suggested that what we think of as these unbreakable, ironclad laws might actually be more like deep-seated patterns or habits that the universe has sort of fallen into over vast stretches of time.
Habits, not eternal decrees. That's a big shift.
It is. He used this analogy, the grain sampling argument.
Yeah, I remember this going.
Okay, so imagine you're on a ship, right? Huge cargo hold, full of grain. You dip in, take a few handfuls, a small sample.
Okay.
And let's say in your sample, 4/5 looks like really high-quality stuff.
So you think, great, the whole cargo's mostly good.
Exactly. You might infer that and make an estimate, but it's just that, an estimate, right? You could have easily missed huge pockets of, I don't know, low-quality grain, or maybe even rocks mixed in further down.
Your little sample doesn't guarantee anything about the whole cargo.
Precisely. And Peirce took that logic and applied it directly to, well, to everything, to the universe itself.
Right. And that's the jump, isn't it? All of our science, everything humans have ever observed, measured, experimented on.
Every galaxy charted.
It's all just our sample size. So just because things like gravity seem consistent here in our observable patch,
Doesn't automatically mean they work the same way everywhere else across all of time and space.
wow, it really reframes scientific history, doesn't it? Suddenly it's just this tiny snapshot,
Yeah,
kind of disorienting.
it really is. And Peirce didn't just say, hey, our sample is small. He asked a deeper question. Why are there patterns, these uniformities, in the first place?
Instead of just accepting them.
Right. He famously said something like, uniformities are precisely what require to be accounted for. If they are like habits, you have to ask, well, how did the universe pick up these habits?
And then, amazingly, physics itself started moving in a direction that kind of resonates with this, didn't it? Much later on.
Absolutely. For centuries, you had classical physics, Newtonian physics, this picture of the universe as a giant clock. Predictable, deterministic, cause and effect, all neat and tidy.
Like billiard balls. You know exactly where they'll go.
Yeah. But then, boom, quantum mechanics arrives.
Right. And throws a spanner in the works.
A big one. It showed that down at the subatomic level, that strict determinism just breaks down. Particles don't follow exact paths.
All probabilities, right?
Exactly. Probabilities. It's not pure chaos. There's still a kind of order, but it's statistical. It suggests that maybe, even at the most fundamental level, the laws really are more like strong tendencies, like Peirce's habits, rather than absolute rigid rules.
It does start to dismantle that feeling of certainty, doesn't it? Sort of brick by brick. If the laws we rely on are maybe just local customs of our corner of the cosmos,
then the universe might be far stranger and more varied than we imagine.
it fundamentally changes how you think about scientific discovery. Maybe we're just discovering the rules for our neighborhood.
This whole line of thought from Srivastava, building on Peirce and quantum physics, it really forces you to question what, if anything, is truly fixed. If the laws themselves might not be absolute, what is?
Yeah, that's a heavy question. So what does this all mean for you listening right now?
Well, it's an invitation, isn't it?
An invitation to question things, even the things that seem most solid, like gravity.
Yeah.
If our known laws are just cosmic habits, what other kinds of habits, what other rules might exist out there way beyond our current sample size? What else could be possible?